Today on Animal Fact Files, we're talking about hedgehogs. One would be forgiven to believe a hedgehog is closely related to a porcupine. The spines seem to be a dead giveaway. However, porcupines and hedgehogs aren't closely related. In fact, perhaps the most well-known hedgehog doesn't quite match up with the real animal, but we'll get to that in just a bit. Hedgehogs are found throughout Africa, Asia, and Europe, and they've been introduced to New Zealand, though they didn't naturally start out there. There are just under 20 described hedgehog species, and they can be found in a variety of habitats. Hedgehogs may live in grasslands, scrublands, forests, on mountain slopes, and in urban settings. In fact, they love to make use of the hiding places humans, perhaps unintentionally, provide. Hedgehogs are primarily nocturnal animals. In the early spring, however, hedgehogs will come out during the day to hunt. Many hedgehog species spend the winter months in a state of low activity, during which they won't eat or drink. As the weather warms up, the hedgehogs wake up and get to eating. Hedgehogs are primarily insectivores, eating beetles, grasshoppers, and other arthropods. But they'll also eat snails, slugs, mice, eggs, small reptiles, mushrooms, and fruits. When not eating, hedgehogs nap in burrows. These burrows are usually opportunistically found and not made by the hedgehogs themselves. While inside, the hedgehogs are typically safe from animals that would otherwise be trying to eat them, including foxes, snakes, and birds of prey like Eurasian eagle owls. These owls in particular are able to contend with a hedgehog's sharp spines, where other predators fail. Hedgehog spines cover most of their bodies. The sections that aren't covered, like their faces and bellies, are protected when these small animals sense danger. Hedgehogs will roll up into a tight ball, covering their softer bits and pushing out their spines. In this position, not only are hedgehogs protected from falls, as their spines act as an impact buffer, they're also difficult to consume. There's even been an observation of a male lion trying to eat a hedgehog, but eventually giving up, leaving the much smaller animal unscathed. Adult hedgehogs range in size from 4 to 12 inches in length and half a pound to 3.5 pounds in weight, and they mate in the summer. Male hedgehogs will seek out females during summer months, though these ventures end up in one-night stands. After mating, a male hedgehog will leave his partner, often seeking out another female if the night is still young. The female is resigned to raising the kids on her own. She'll gestate for just over a month and give birth to 4 to 5 babies in a den. Thankfully for the mama, the babies are born with soft spines. After a few hours, the baby's spines begin to harden, and after a month, their baby spines are replaced with adult spines. It's at this time they'll begin venturing out into the world, and, shortly after, their mother leaves them to fend for themselves. Not only can hedgehogs swim, they can also travel far and wide. In a single night, a hedgehog may travel 2 miles, and for short distances, they can move at about 4.5 miles per hour. Sonic the Hedgehog may be the world's fastest hedgehog, but his relatives are more built for endurance than for speed. For more facts on hedgehogs, check out the links in the description. Thank you to Black Koi Records for today's request. Give a thumbs up if you learned something new today, and thank you for watching Animal Fact Files.
The southern African hedgehog is a species of mammal in the family Erinaceidae. It is found in Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Namibia, South Africa, Tanzania and Zimbabwe. Their bodies are covered by sharp spines. The average mass of a fully grown male is 350 grams. The main color is brown, but there are other colors too. A southern African hedgehog is covered with spines all over its body except for its face, belly and ears, and these spines are made of keratin protein with a hollow shaft and a muscle for each spine. These unprotected body parts are covered with fur. They are dark brown and their spines are typically white at the base and dark brown at the tip. They have pointed snouts and typically have either a white or brown belly. The average length of the hedgehog is approximately 20 centimeters. The main characteristic of this type of hedgehog is that they have a white stripe across their forehead, typically, traveling from one leg to the other. The southern African hedgehog is said to be a slow mover. However, when threatened, it can move surprisingly fast at 6 to 7 kilometers an hour. During the day, they typically stay where they live, which is an area that is covered with vegetation or in a hole in the ground. When the hedgehog rests, it curls up into a ball. Nighttime is when the hedgehog forages for food, making it nocturnal. The southern African hedgehog hibernates